Control Your Narrative is the brand new wrestling promotion being run by EC3 and Adam Scherr, formerly known as Braun Strowman. And I gotta say, I am so excited to see what they have in store for this brand new promotion. For all the wrong reasons. Today we're going to be talking about Control Your Narrative and why I am so weirdly invested in all of their ongoings. What's going on, guys? It's Tom, or Thompson Wrestling, and welcome back to another video. Before we get into the video though, make sure to subscribe with notifications on if you do enjoy the video. Only a small percentage of you watching are subscribed, so make sure to subscribe if you enjoy. Also, I partnered up with SuperPeer to bring you guys even more content. Hear more about them later in the video. But if I was you, I would click my SuperPeer link down below, sign up and follow me on SuperPeer for free, or paid if you want to get more extra stuff. Again, more info later on in the video. Big stuff coming up, and let's get on to the video.
What's up, guys? This is WWE Superstar Austin Aries, and you are watching Top 10 Wrestling.
EC3 is a wrestler who I absolutely adored during his time in TNA, and when he returned to WWE, I was excited. He had a decent NXT run, and then he was quickly called up to the main roster, where, yeah, he was completely buried. EC3, in my opinion, was utilized awfully in the main roster, and he was released as part of last year's budget cuts, which I was really disappointed about, and yeah. Then you have Braun Strowman, a man who had the world at his feet in 2018 and was one of the most over wrestlers in wrestling. However, one too many unsuccessful title challenges and a title reign that happened 2 years too late led to the monster among men fizzling out in the eyes of the fans and being released as part of this year's WWE budget cuts. Following EC3's WWE departure, he had a brief return to Impact and started appearing in Ring of Honor doing this Free Your Narrative gimmick, which at first I was interested in, but I just gotta say it's gone on for too long and it just hasn't hit at all, which is a shame because I really wanted EC3 to succeed again post WWE, but now I just have no interest in him, and I'm really starting to think that maybe them releasing him wasn't that bad of a decision. He's now aligned himself with Adam Scherr, aka Braun Strowman, and they have started their own promotion titled Control Your Narrative, and just today announced their TV deal, their brand TV deal with Pro Wrestling TV, which is apparently a pro wrestling TV network launching in April of this year, which, wow, that totally will not go wrong at all. Like, there's no way that could go wrong. And so far they've announced a couple of names for their roster, and it's pretty interesting. You've got EC3 and Adam, but you've also got Killer Kross, Austin Aries, Flip Gordon, and then they've also got other WWE castaways such as Weston Blake and Big Damo, you might remember as Killian Dane. So, these roster announcements have understandably led many online to joke about how Control Your Narrative is just a QAnon wrestling promotion. And this Twitter thread from P1 All Elite just had me dying. Listen to this and tell me you couldn't see this happening with Control Your Narrative. Jackson Riker and Brian Cage at the first CYN press conference. Big loss for CYN that Brian Cage has re-signed with AEW. Austin Aries announcing he's an EVP. He posted this before Austin Aries was actually announced, which is unbelievable. Drake Wirtz, Brian Kendrick, and Lars Sullivan after the inaugural CYN main event. Oh my god, they will 100% get Drake Wirtz. 100%. Killer Kross versus Alberto El Patron in the opener. I couldn't think of a worse match to watch than that. Jesus. Control Your Narrative's inaugural pay-per-view, Unvaxxed. Wow, you're going to get a great roster for that one, I'm sure. Well, Nia Jax maybe making her debut in that one. Val Venus making his return to wrestling. Remember when Val Venus went to TNA in 2010 when he was old and not good and completely buried Christopher Daniels? Great time in TNA that was. Joe Rogan and Jim Cornette on commentary. Now, this one's unrealistic because they would actually cost money and they would probably draw people in to watch. So, it would actually be some decent pickups for them. Velveteen Dream and Ric Flair debuting on the same night. Raquel versus Eva Lise to crown the inaugural women's champion. What's Marty Scurll doing in the CYN zone? Yeah, I have zero doubt that Marty Scurll will be in CYN. Like, he 100% will be. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll turn up there. Tessa Blanchard cutting a promo and why she's not racist. Oh, controversial. Final 4 left in the inaugural Battle Royal. It's Mark Calloway, Disco Inferno, and Road Dogg working together to eliminate Brodus Clay. They all have to work to eliminate the big man Brodus Clay, the star of the match. Disco Inferno and Mark Calloway are the final 2 in the Battle Royal, but both go over the top rope and touching the floor at the same time. EVP Austin Aries blows his quad, is furious and demanding the match to be restarted. Wow, 2005 Royal Rumble-esque. So I've actually been wanting to record this video for a while now, but just there's new things happening every single day with this promotion. Like, it's so weird. First of all, the fact that they're called Control Your Narrative is just so funny to me. Like, imagine telling your friends you're a wrestling fan and like, oh yeah, you must watch, like, WWE then. And you're like, nah, I watch Control Your Narrative on Pro Wrestling TV, my favorite channel. They also opened their merch store, which is a site. I mean, just have a look at this. We live in a society, and it frickin' sucks. Also, get a load of this Instagram caption promoting Austin Aries' match against Josh Woods. Josh Woods versus the outspoken Austin Aries. What happens when a man seeks redemption and is met with ire and scorn? What is the hashtag mental health of someone hashtag cancelled for stating their hashtag opinion, whether right or wrong? What happens when Woods' hashtag pure potential meets a hashtag complex cast off? So yeah, they're playing into the cancel culture myth, which is not surprising in the slightest that they would go down that route. And you know that's how they're gonna justify booking these shitty people like Austin Aries. They'll say he was a victim of cancel culture, or the views that he was saying he was just simply controlling his own narrative. Like when they inevitably book Marty Scurll, what are they gonna say there? Was he a victim of cancel culture? Was him shagging a 16-year-old him just controlling his own narrative? Is that it? But you know what, this Twitter thread gave me an idea. It's time to put my booking hat on and book my own Control Your Narrative show. So without further ado, let's go. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and this is how Control Your Narrative should book their inaugural pay-per-view. But before that, Super Peer. I am partnering with Super Peer to bring you guys more exclusive content that you guys can check out from me over on my Super Peer page, linked down below, or at superpeer.com/top10wrestling. You can sign up there and you can subscribe to my channel on Super Peer for free, or you can take it one step further and subscribe for a $5 monthly fee where you will get extra perks and extra content from me. I'm going to have my first live stream there relatively soon, so you're going to want to follow me on Super Peer, link down below. Please do, it would really help me out. Check out Super Peer, links down below, subscribe, all that jazz, and let's get on to the video. Alright guys, opening Control Your Narrative's inaugural pay-per-view event, we have a 10-man Rumble, which is going to determine who faces Braun Strowman in the main event for the Control Your Narrative title. We've got Alex Riley, we've got Matt Morgan, Bully Ray, Velveteen Dream, Flip Gordon, Ryback, Jervis, Tyrus, Lars Sullivan, and Moose. This is of course going to be won by Ryback, who is making his grand return to wrestling. He comes out at number 10 to a huge pop. We'll say the final 4 is him, Moose, Bully Ray, and Tyrus. Tyrus has to come out at like number 9 because he'll be exhausted after like a minute of wrestling. So we'll get Tyrus out at number 9. Tyrus can be the runner-up, you know, NWA television champion right there. Next up, we have some intergender action for the CYN Shortweight Championship. Tessa Blanchard versus Austin Aries. And of course, since this is the Shortweight Championship, we have to give the win to Austin Aries. Remember this tweet? Remember this tweet on screen right now? It's still one of the most unbelievable things I've ever read on Twitter. Now it's time for some cruiserweight action. Brian Kendrick versus TJP. I really don't care who wins this match. Let's just give it to TJP, I guess. We're going to take inspiration from Honcho, and we're going to book Killer Cross versus Alberto El Patron. Again, I could not care less who wins this one. Let's just give it to Cross. Next up, we got a 2-on-1 handicap match. It's Nia Jax battling against the odds against Ivelisse and Chazin Rance. No, Chazin Rance does not have a render. I couldn't find one, and I was not spending my weekend making a Chazin Rance render. Deal with it. Have Nia Jax destroy them both. Why not? Next up, we got Weston Blake versus Jackson Riker. Weston Blake looking to get his revenge after Jackson Riker essentially got him fired from WWE. I should say, Weston Blake, I'm actually a fan of. I really like him. So a bit unfair of me to drag him into this, but he is someone who is actually announced for this show. As far as I'm concerned, though, or as I'm aware, he's not a completely crappy person like a lot of the people on this roster are. If it were up to me, I'd have him destroy Jackson Riker. I'd have him squash him. But this is Control Your Narrative, so they will obviously have Jackson Riker squash him. Then we got EC3 versus the man making his grand return to US wrestling. It's Marty Scurll. EC3 can win, sure. And in the main event for the Control Your Narrative title, Adam Scherr versus Ryback. And we are of course giving this to Ryback, who is the inaugural Control Your Narrative champion. By God, was that painful, and my God, would this just be an absolutely awful show to watch, but I would not put it past them to book a show that looks exactly just like this. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy, smack that like button. I'm struggling to speak right now. I will 100% check out Control Your Narrative when it comes out. Again, all for the wrong reasons, but I'm so weirdly invested in this weird wrestling company. Like the video, comment down below what you want to see next. Instagram, Twitter, Superpeer, all links down below. I'll see you all soon. Goodbye, and keep on rolling.